to 6 million years ago, the world is perfect.
It is an arena forged over millennia, filled with perfect fighters.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex is tending its nest, unaware.
A herd of Triceratops moves through the forest.
In the heart of Hell Creek, even the mightiest predator begins life small. A fleeting moment of peace before the struggle for survival begins.
Because high above them, a new star was burning.
A 6-mile-wide fragment of cosmic debris.
It was a mountain of rock, traveling at impossible speeds.
It was a mountain of rock, traveling at impossible speeds.
Its target was the shallow sea of the Yucatan.
For now, there is only peace. The giant rests, breathing in the warmth.
This was not an antagonist. It was an instrument of cosmic physics.
Force of pure, indifferent mathematics.
Only the kinetic energy of 1 billion nuclear bombs.
This was the ultimate fighter. It was the Great Filter. But the arena was perfect.
The world it was about to strike was a paradise. Vast forests stretched from the poles to the tropics.
This is the height of the Dinosaur dynasty, a stable system honed over.
Triceratops, the walking fortress, browsed in great herds.
Maiasaura, the armored tank, moved with impunity.
And above them all, the apex, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It was a world of specialized fighters.
The king of the Cretaceous, once unchallenged, now senses a disruption in the familiar rhythm of its ancient world.
Each was a masterpiece.
Each had survival weapons tested against its foes. They were adapted for every climate, every niche. But they had a critical, shared flaw.
They were adapted for a world that was about to disappear. The system is stable, but also rigid. unprepared for a threat that did not come from the jungle.
It came from the void.
The impactor strikes.
The fighter class of this event is the Executioner.
Its survival weapons are not claws or teeth.
They are the raw forces of planetary physics.
The first weapon was heat, an unholy global oven.
The sky filled with trillions of glass spherules.
Re-entering the atmosphere, they heated the air to hundreds of degrees.
The world's forests were flash-broiled. The world's forests were flash-broiled. The second weapon was sound.
A continental scale shockwave, an earthquake beyond comprehension. A continental scale shockwave, an earthquake beyond comprehension.
It triggered tsunamis miles high, scouring the coastlines.
It flattened ecosystems thousands of miles away.
But the third weapon was the true filter, the one that would break the dynasty.
It was the Skyfall.
A global shroud of pulverized rock and soot. It was a winter that arrived in a single afternoon. Sunlight was blocked, plunging the Earth into a nuclear winter. Photosynthesis stopped. The entire global food chain collapsed.
This wasn't a struggle of strength or armor. It was a test of endurance against an empty, dark, and frozen world. How do you fight the dark? Great fighters of the Cretaceous were now helpless. A Tyrannosaur's primary weapon, its jaws, was useless. There was nothing left to hunt.
An ankylosaur's armor was no defense against starvation.
The struggle was no longer for territory, but for a single calorie. Nest, the very symbol of the future, became a tomb.
The filter was drawn.
The exposed died first. Anything large, warm-blooded, and needing vast amounts of food was doomed. The dinosaurs' strategy of quality large, powerful young, had failed. Survival was no longer about being the strongest. It was about being the smallest, the quietest, the most overlooked.
New nest was not on the plain. It was underground, in a burrow. It was in the cold, deep water. It was in the seed bank, dormant, waiting for the sun. The battle for the next generation was won by those who could hide from the sky.
It was won by the creatures that could eat the debris of the dead world. Insects, fungi, and the small, shivering mammals.
How do we know this confrontation actually happened?
We search for the battle scar left in the rock.
We find it everywhere on Earth.
It is a thin, dark line, barely a centimeter thick.
Geologists call it the KP.
It is the precise line between the age of reptiles and the age of mammals.
And it holds a weapon.
A weapon not found in Earth crust. The rock is laced with an element.
Iridium.
It is the signature of an asteroid, the calling card of the killer.
Below this line, the arena is full of giants. Above this line, silence.
Foes were the dinosaurs.
The ally was this alien element, which finally told their story.
A new world was born.
The legacy of the Great Filter is a story of dualities.
There is the legacy of the fallen.
The non-avian dinosaurs, who left only bones and tragic echoes. They are our ultimate symbols of magnificent, tragic failure.
We see their fossilized weapons in museums.
Jaws that will never close. Armor that will never defend.
A new dawn.
But there is another legacy. The legacy of the inheritors. The void left by the giants created the ultimate opportunity.
Our ancestors, the small mammals, emerged from the burrows.
They stepped out of the darkness and into a new sun.
A story that leads directly to us.
What is the filter's lesson?
The asteroid was the ultimate survival chronicle.
It proved that survival is not always earned by strength. Sometimes, it is merely given by chance.
The Great Filter was a cosmic reset, rewriting the very definition of a weapon from strength to resilience. You is the legacy of this event, the fallen giants. Whose survival chronicle should we reconstruct next? Nominate a new paleontological record in the comments.